Hi everybody, this is JP from Qlik Overview, giving you this overview of the WIP product today. We'll do a small presentation and then go over to the demo. So the question is, what is WIP? The existing products, version manager for Qlik Sense and version manager for Qlik View, is the client-server architecture-based product, and we've upgraded those products to a WIP architecture, which manages all your work in progress. So it's using the same underlying engine and repository structure, which provides those existing great tools, and now providing the new product, which is WIP. So Version Manager for Qlik is a great source control system. So this is the client-server architecture product, which integrates to your Qlik and SAP APIs and provides you with that security management, source control, and audits. So your developers can easily manage all their work within the system, tracks all your source control components, and allows you to publish between your different environments. It keeps all the versioning of those different files in different environments. So of course there's a lot of other features, but it gives that great control to your developers and your administrators who can control and audit the different environments. So when we went to talk to our customers about VM for Qlik and the value they get from it, it was all great from a source control and publication management and auditing point of view. But our customers talked to us about agile management process and the support of an agile management process separate from the development process. So meaning that you can also support your business users in your agile development process. So they talked about huge delays in taking from new requirements and specifications to implementing new requirements, changes, and improvements into existing and new applications. They talked about development prioritization and work assignment and task management. They talked about forcing the development procedures. So administrators have major concerns around the quality of the work that are coming from various developers within different environments. And this creates a major risk factor for them around the stability of their environments. And they also talked about the overall work analysis and total investment that they are making within the Qlik development. So what is WIP? WIP manages your work in progress and sits between your different technologies and your user interface. So it sits and manages all the changes, lifecycle management changes within your Qlik environment. So it's taking care of your agile requirements and release management, source and quality control, publication management, and central administration and audits. So we invited a couple of people to this party. We invited this guy who is your business user to the party to work together with the developer who is actually then responsible for developing the application and implementing the changes the business user has requested. And then, of course, we have the administrator ensuring that all the work is of good quality and the environments are stable for the developers and the business users to access. So WIP is a web-based architecture, providing you with the latest technologies. So Agile, it's managing your Agile request lifecycle management. It's doing your integrated release management, your collaboration and notifications between business users, developers, and administrators. It's ensuring quality control. It improves the lineage and impact analysis, and has a central dashboard for monitoring and your central administration. And then, of course, the governance application giving you an overview of your total file lifecycle management across all environments, users, and changes. So WIP manages the users, source control, quality control, publication, admin, and audits across all your changes within your Qlik environment. So before we go to the demo, please follow us on Twitter using @EBI Experts. So now we are in the demo section of this video. So when you arrive at WIP, you can see it's a web-based architecture, so you can access it via your browser. Users with Atlas licenses can come and create their own issues, so you don't necessarily need a license to register an issue related to an application, whether it's an improvement or an error, or you need a business user or developer or administrator to take some action. You can without a license register your issue, and then a licensed user can come in and access that. If you should have a license, you can request access from here. That request will go to the administrator, and they will provide you with the access, or if you lost your password, you can access from here. WIP supports its own user access repository, or you can use your AD Windows Active Directory integration to sign into the product. So I'll sign in as a user that has administrator rights in the product. So once you've signed in, you will get a list of the different products, Qlik Sense, Qlik View, and SAP. You can access the different workspaces per product, so different workspaces available for Qlik Sense and Qlik View. And I'll log into the dev workspace. So you can see I'm logged in as a user, and it's an admin user. I can access my help from here, and I can log out from over here. I can see what environment I am on the top. When I land, I come immediately into the Kanban area, because this is really where all the agile development happens within the product. But before we go deeper, let's show the total menu. So you have your boards, which is your Kanban, and then your dashboard. You have your content section, which is all your files, source control, versioning, file properties, and details around files. You have your manage resources area, where you can manage all your issues, your publication history, and apply all your global standards. And then you have the configuration side, which is where your administrator users will access the different administration areas, such as your servers, users, group, Active Directory, business units, and different product level configurations. So let's go back to the Kanban. Kanban really is where all the agile development happens. You can see you have your different environments in the Kanban. So you have your dev, UAT, and production. And if you go into your dev environment, you can see we have some issues that have been logged there. When you click on an issue, it will bring up the issue information on the right. You have your different stages: to do, on hold, in progress, and done. And it's very flexible, so you can just drag your issues across the Kanban. As you can see, you can also create releases, so it's integrated to your release cycle. And from the issue details, I can see all the relevant information around that issue. So I can see what status it's in, what's the priority of the issue. I can access the files related to the issue, so the applications, if it's one or many applications related to the issue. I can see the different tasks that has been created around the issue, giving me that percentage task completion on the issue. And then I can see what when the issue was raised, as well as any comments related to the issue that have been published either by the business user or the subscriber or the assignee, the developer. So the developer and the business unit and the admin user, whoever's involved in the issue, can collaborate using the comments. But every time I drag an issue or I move an issue between the different stages, or I release an issue, it will automatically send a notification email to the reporter and any subscribers to an issue. So from an issue, I can create releases, which is integrated. So your release management will work between your UAT and production environment. So when I release the application, I will also publish it into the different environments, and that is where your complexity analysis and all of those publication features will start to, and quality control features will start to show. So let's go to the dashboard. So the dashboard is where I can pick up all the changes within the environment. So I can, I'm logged in as an admin user, so I can see everything that has changed across the environment. what issues have been reported by me, which issues have been assigned, which issues do I subscribe to, and what's the status of them. I can I can access the issues directly from here, but I can also see which users have requested access. I can go and assign access to the users over there, and then I can see any pending publications. So when users have requested dispensation for applications to be published into different environment, for instance, when those applications have not met the quality assurance thresholds, they will pop up over here. In my file section is where all the source control happens with in and around all my files. So I can access my repository over here. I have my QlikSense environment. I can go into the different streams, for instance, that I have created. I can see the different files over here. If I wanted to utilize the integration with QlikSense, I can go over here and connect to my QlikSense server using the API integration, so I can browse all the different files within the server and just drag and drop them into my repository. So we can see we have some files in the repository over here. We can see there's a checked in file, the rest are checked out. So there's the DL03 dashboard. If I double click on that, I can see all the properties around the file, the different versions of that file. So I can see the version 26 is the latest version. I can go and see the impact analysis, which is dynamic, so I can see how these files are generated as outputs or inputs for that file. I can look at my publication history of the file, where the file was published across my different environments, and then I can see the destinations, what variables and connections, and also the complexity analysis of my file across the different versions. So I can see how that complexity has decreased or increased across different versions of that file. So let's go back to the file level. When I'm looking at the file, I have many options. I can go and publish that file. I can look at the publications. So looking at that file, which is the latest version of that file across different environments. And I can see where the publication paths in the different environment for that file is. I can do a comparison on that file. So I can go and see, compare different versions of that file, so version 26 with version 25 or any other version that I select, and I can see all the changes that have been made between the different versions of that file. So it's in the publication where the quality control really starts showing off. So if we wanted to publish that file into an environment, for instance, we would be required to put a comment. So just testing. I can publish the file immediately should I have the rights to publish into an environment, or I can publish for approval, which means that I'm requesting dispensation or I'm requesting an admin user to publish the file into a certain environment. So if I wanted to publish that file into my QA environment, you can see that over here I have my QlikSense UAT environment. So from here I can click on, I can see I passed the complexity analysis for that environment, so my file can actually be published in there. And you can see my procedural requirements is that I just confirmed that I have optimized the script. If I wanted to publish it into my production environment, you can see that I have some more procedural requirements that I need to adhere to and confirm, but I also fail the complexity analysis, so on amount of tables. So I have too many tables in my file, and I would need to go and fix that, or I would be required to request a dispensation from an administrator user. So if I needed to publish this file into production, I'm unable to limit the amount of tables, but I have fulfilled my procedural requirements. So what I can do then is to publish the application. I can see that the complexity analysis exceeds the environment threshold, and because I'm logged in as the admin user, I can allow this dispensation. Should I not be an admin user, then the dispensation request would pop up, and that dispensation request would come back to an admin user to be able to approve, as I have now, that publication of that application into that environment where the threshold has exceeded the environment requirement. So here you can see the application has been published, and it's the latest version within that environment. So the integration to the API also integrates for content folders and folder connections to your Qlik Sense and Qlik View environments where it is applicable. So I can see all my content libraries, my different folder connections into the Sense environment, and all the extensions within the Sense environment. So I can access all my issues. I can see which are active and find all the files that are related to those issues and releases within the issues. I can view my publication history, so I can see all the publications from a certain date to a certain date, and from here I can also perform my rollback on a publication. So if something went amiss, I can roll back to the previous version of that publication. I can set up my global standards, and then we'll have a different video that looks at the configuration options for an administrator. So before we end this video, I just quickly go to show you what we have done is to create the Qlik View and Qlik Sense governance dashboard apps. We have a Qlik View and Qlik Sense app that we provide freely, which is integrated to our repository. So you can do a full analysis around all your different environments, files, users, etc. So looking what exceptions you may have, user, file, workspace change, data lineage analysis. So you can go in and assess how long different changes take within different environments and between different people. Additionally to that, I just show that on our website, when you have logged in, you can access the download section, and from the download section you can access our different videos, brochures, other videos, presentations, our different price lists, and so forth, based on the different type of user you are. So again, thank you very much for your time. I hope you will follow us on Twitter at EBI Experts, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you. Bye bye.